Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim.
You're listening to The Kim Komando Show for the weekend of April 5th, 2025. Here's Hour 4.
This is just an incredible story. A guy by the name of Michael Sanchez. He's just hanging out by a waterfall at Oregon's Hug Point, and he was checking out his new camera. Then he spotted this beautiful little bluebird, had a red belly, just trotting around. He took a few pictures of it, not thinking anything about it. He posted the pictures online, and now he's like the birding superstar. His pics of that beautiful blue bird with the red belly was of a rare blue rock thrush. Now, they say it's the first time that one's ever been seen in North America. You see, the bird is actually native to Asia, and it was spotted before in the Pacific Northwest, but no photo proof. So the sighting was denied. But now Michael is like the guy. Now, the free app Merlin Bird ID from Cornell Labs can tell you the species of the bird that you're checking out. So if you're really into birding or wondering like, what's that sound? What's that species? Again, it's free. Merlin Bird ID from Cornell Labs. And it just reminds me, I like to say that no single bird can ever defeat me, but toucan, oh, that hurt even me. Hey, buckle up, Buttercup, because after all, you're about ready to get more tech smarts, because you always need to be tech ahead or else you'd be left tech behind in the digital dust, because after all, that's my job. I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, and you can find the Kim Komando Show on over 420 top stations. We're also streaming in your favorite radio app, and you can get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search for Komando with a K. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio. I just love this. 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 countries and 200 ships at sea get the Kim Komando Show. Now, I know you have at least a few questions about something digital in your life, and of course you can Gemini it, ChatGPT it, but when you need trusted advice from a person who does not hallucinate, that's why I'm here at 1-888-825-5254. Or you can always make an appointment to speak with me here on the show. Head over to komando.com, and up at the top, there's a link that says Ask Kim. You've heard me say this every single day. I really do. I go to at least 35, 40, 50 different sites to make sure that I know exactly what's happening in the tech world so that I can impart all of this tech know-how and wisdom directly from my brain right to yours. And here's the top 5 things that you need to know about right now. And we're going to start with an app called Telegram. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that if anyone ever asks you to move a conversation to Telegram, it's a sure sign that it's a scam, because over on Telegram, you can find toolkits for just about anything. Fake websites, stolen personal data, phishing scripts, even step-by-step guides, for pulling off pig butchering schemes. It's actually an encrypted messaging app from Russia. It has, listen to this, 700 million users. Wow. Now, some of it, of course, is normal stuff, but it has become a hub for scams. And Telegram keeps saying, we're going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up. They never do. Scams are just everywhere. By the way, crypto scams on the app are up over 2,000% since late 2024. Whoa, okay. Anybody mentions Telegram, I want you to always think about what I'm saying. Do not pass go. Do not go there. You are going to get scammed. Moving on to number 2, it's a techno term that I need you to know about because you're going to start seeing more and more of it. It's called agentic AI. Agentic AI. That's what it is. Agentic, Agenic AI. Say it after me. You want to remember this, okay? Because AI can do a lot, but there's one thing that it hasn't been able to do quite yet. Predict exactly what you want or need without being told. But that is changing so quickly. I don't know if you've noticed, but when you start using ChatGPT, you ask to give it a task and it says, would you like me to do this? How about if I do this? Like for me, it will say something, do you want this as a script for your radio show? Do you want this for a newsletter? Do you want to write this paragraph for the Daily Mail? Or is this some advice that you want to pass along to your son? It really is something. But it's going to be taking it steps further. Like, for example, imagine you grab a Starbucks latte at the same time every single day. Well, now an AI agent could pick up on that and then order it for you automatically, then have Postmates go pick it up, have it delivered for you. So by the time you get to work, there is your latte, and you didn't even need to say anything or stand in line. You just had to pay for it. So obviously, if you need to schedule a meeting, it's going to handle everything from picking the time on your calendar to arranging your notes, up to and including, I don't know if you've heard about this, but the guy who's in charge of Zoom is rolling out digital twins. Yes, that's what he's talking about, digital twins. So that this way you wouldn't even have to be in that Zoom meeting. Your digital twin would actually take over and just do every single thing as if it were you. Ooh, a little frightening, isn't it? All right, moving on to number 3. What if your iPad or phone contained information that could, for some reason, come back to haunt you, maybe even get you in trouble with a loved one or the law? So how do you get rid of the evidence? Okay, one of the things that you never want to do is throw it in the Thames River. I'm talking about in London, Scotland Yard just solved a 6-year investigation of an organized crime ring after they discovered an iPad that was submerged at the bottom of the Thames River for 5 years. Yes, folks have been sentenced to prison, but I just want you to remember water, even salt water, doesn't corrupt the data stored on your iPad or phone until it completely dissolves, which could take many, many years, maybe even decades. Moving on to number 4. Next time you go to Walmart, I want you to pay attention and take a look out for the digital shelf labels. These are new labels that can adjust the total price in real time. So this way employees can change prices as often as every 10 seconds. Yeah. So if it's hot outside, prices on ice and water could go up. If it's raining, hot chocolate might be on the rise. Same thing with umbrellas. So why is Walmart doing this? Oh, silly. This way they don't need to hire as many people. Most Walmart stores have over 100,000 products in them. And the company admits a price change that used to take an associate 2 days now takes maybe a minute with the brand new system. Plus, they can charge more whenever they want to, but nobody's really saying that. And finally, this coming in at number 5, I want you to really try it this weekend. I want you to play around with ChatGPT. And I want you to select the version 4.0 and get ready to become the world's greatest artist. It's the AI image generator. It really is something. You just describe an image. It makes anything, a sunset in Paris, a puppy playing on the beach. I've been using ChatGPT to create the images in my free newsletter called The Current. And you should really check it out. I put one in on Fridays. And so I have a picture of a phone from the 1980s. I want you to imagine that. Just one of those desktop phones from the 1980s. And my whole story was about what to do if you lose your phone. Well, actually, you have to do one step before you lose your phone, or else you'll never be able to get your phone back. So it's like one of these insurance type things. But the image I told Chat, I said, I need you to make a picture of this 1980s phone on a desktop and say, here's one thing that we never said in the 1980s. I lost my phone. Okay. It took a while, had the numbers wrong, but wow, eventually it just really just took over. So word to the wise, if you're a graphic artist, you need to find a brand new career. All right, let's see what's coming up. We have some AI skills to help you land a job. Also, should you let your phone die every single day? There's some myths out there. And of course, we have the best callers ever. I mean, wow, just amazing callers. You don't want to miss that. And of course, you got me, Kim Commando. Hey, there's still time for you to enter to win that brand new iPhone 16 Pro, a $999 value. Could be yours right now, but you have to enter to win. No purchase required. Go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. All right, I have to tell you a story, and then we're going to be speaking to Hadlie Monroe. She survived what could only be described as a nightmare. After meeting a guy on Tinder, it started as like an innocent picnic date. Everything was going great, but it turned into a fight for her life. The man, Kane Fairbrink, who she trusted to meet more than once, attacked Hadley, leaving her with injuries that required 60 stitches on her face alone. Wow. Despite everything, she managed to escape. Now, Hadley's going to bravely tell us her story, but really, this should come as a warning to anyone meeting someone online. Now, I'm going to tell you here at the get go, it's a very difficult story to hear because Hadley really did everything right. She met the guy in a public place. They went back and forth for months and months. She even met his parents. And then it just took a terrible turn for the worst. So, Hadley, thank you so much for being here. You're such a brave woman. Let's go ahead and let's start from the beginning.
It was in late February of 2022 is when we matched.
And was there anything in particular that you remember? Like, you're like, oh, like, this looks like a great guy?
No, I do remember his profile didn't have a lot of like face pictures of himself, and I didn't really think anything of it because a lot of the profiles on there are like that these days.
So it just seemed like, okay, just like an average guy that's just like, okay, yeah, all right, he might be okay.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like stand out or anything, but you just swipe through as you look and see, and then you just start talking to people.
And then how long did you talk to him or chat with him online before you actually met him in person?
So we met in person on May 10th. So from late February until May is how long we talked. And then May 10th was the first day that we met up in person. But before that, we had been chatting over Discord, like voice calls, like a total of 24 hours of talking before in-person meet.
So before you met in person, you kind of felt like you probably knew the guy.
Yeah, because we had done a lot of chatting. We played games together, that kind of stuff.
And then what happened when you met him in person for that? And what'd you guys do the first time you met?
So the first time we met up, we actually met up at IKEA. And so this is down in like Sandy, Utah. And we walked around all of IKEA. We went to the aquarium down there. There's an arcade we went to. I ended up going over to his house and meeting his mom and dad.
Wow. That's
so
a big.
It was like a full 9 hours of us together.
Wow, that's a long date, and that's a big date to meet mom and dad.
Yeah.
And did anything seem strange then, or you were just like, well, this might be something?
I didn't really think much of it. I was like, I'm happy to be here, just hanging out, getting to know a person in real life rather than over a screen. So.
Okay, so the first date goes pretty good. I mean, 9 hours meeting mom and dad. Okay. And then Kane obviously asked you out for a second date. And what happened with when he was asking you? I mean, did he explain like, we're going to go on a picnic, and how did that come about?
We were on the phone, and he was like, we should have a second date at this place because it was between both of our houses. So it would have been like a pretty equal drive. Mm-hmm. And he suggested the place. He actually made a whole PowerPoint presentation about what we were going to do there, which is so weird. And so we had planned like picnic food and everything.
So wait a minute. So he did like a PowerPoint presentation about how great this picnic was going to be, and it was halfway. And did he have like what you guys would be doing and what you guys would be eating and drinking or anything like that?
Yeah, exactly. It was literally just like clip art of us two and like picnic food and his car and just like what items we were each going to bring. Like I was going to bring the rolls for the sandwiches or things like that.
It's kind of cute, right? I mean,
actually, I did find it.
Wait, what kind of park was this?
So it's called Mueller Park. It's in Bountiful. It's a very pretty place. A lot of people go hiking there.
And so you met him at the park. Take us back that day. What happened?
So everything seemed fine. Since there's two separate parking lots, I had parked in the first one. That's where I had met him up there. We ate these cupcakes that we had, and then we got into his car and he drove us up to the second parking lot. And we just like hung out in his car and talked. We went up the trailhead for a minute, and then we had our picnic at around, I think, 4 or 5 p.m., where we ate sandwiches and everything. And I remember being at this picnic table and looking over and seeing this group of people. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really think anything of it at the time, but I'm glad that I noted it. Because then after we were done eating, we went back up to the parking lot, and I don't remember getting back into his car at all. It's like this like blank spot in my memory. And I remember opening my eyes and there was a knife at my throat.
Oh my gosh.
So he was like holding me down. He was like straddling me almost. And I had a wound on the right side of my throat from where he had tried to stab me. And then at one point he had it at my chest and was trying to push it down through my chest.
Oh my gosh.
And this is when I grabbed it with my left hand and I kept holding it away from myself, and I just immediately started kicking, fighting back. And I was yelling at him. I was pretty obsessed, swearing at him. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Why are you doing this? Like, I met your parents." I remember him telling me that my blood was making the knife really slippery, as he like looked me dead in my eyes and said that. So after I sat up and I was like, "I met your mom. Like, why are you doing this?" And he just stopped. And he was like, "You're right. Go ahead and leave." And I couldn't open the car door because my left hand, the last 3 fingers, the tendons were so damaged I couldn't move them. And there was just blood everywhere. And so he was like, "Oh, can you not open the door? Is it locked?" And he opens the door for me. And I get out and I'm looking at him, and he hands me the knife that he had just used and says, "Okay, go." So I turn around and I start running towards this group of people that I remembered seeing. And I was like yelling. I thought I was yelling, at least, like, "Help me, he's trying to kill me." And I didn't know this, but he was following me, just walking right behind me, chasing me essentially. And as I got up to the group of people, there's a little bridge you have to cross. And as I was crossing the bridge, I felt like I got kicked in the back. But it was, in fact, him stabbing me in the back with a second knife he had.
Oh, Hadlie.
And so this group of people, it's actually 10 elder missionaries, which crazy. And they like separate me and him. And I turn around and I'm staring at him. He's just covered in my blood and he looks so mad. So then he starts to walk away. He doesn't run, he walks.
Now, I really hate to do this, but I'm coming up on what's called in the radio broadcasting industry a hard break. What that means is that we have to go to a commercials break and we need to play a few spots to pay the bills over here. But when we come back, Hadlie, I want to know more about your escape. What happened exactly to your attacker? And how come you're okay talking about this right now? And also, the must-know advice for anyone meeting someone that you would want to pass along. So folks, stay with us. You definitely don't want to miss this, especially if you're dating online or you know someone who is. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise, home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim.
Introducing Meta Ray-Ban Display, the world's most advanced AI glasses. With a full color display built into the lens of the glasses, it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Send and receive messages, translate or caption live conversations, collaborate with Meta AI, and more. Be one of the first to try Meta Ray-Ban Display. Visit meta.com/Meta Ray-Ban Display to book a demo and find your pair.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Now, if you're just joining us and tuning in, we've been in deep conversation with Hadlie Monroe. She's a young woman whose story, I'll tell you, is nothing short of a living nightmare. Let me just give you a synopsis. After connecting with a man on Tinder by the name of Kane Fairbank, it started out as a simple picnic date, but this is after months and months of talking online. She even met the guy's parents, but it suddenly turned into a terrifying fight for her life. Now, Kane, she felt like this is some guy she could trust. It turned violent, attacking her, leaving her with injuries so severe. Wow, she needed 60 stitches on her face alone. But despite everything, Hadlie found the strength to escape. Hadlie, thanks for holding over with us. Tell us what happened next.
I actually met up with the missionaries afterwards, and they told me that he gave them a peace sign with his hands before he finished walking to his car. And luckily, one of them was a retired firefighter EMT, so she immediately started first aid on me. And this is when he left the park and attacked the other lady.
Attacked another woman?
Yeah, so she was 64 at the time. She was leaving a wedding. And he just came up to her because she looked vulnerable and started stabbing her in the back and attacking her.
Did she die?
She almost died twice, but she's still alive.
Wow. God, what a trauma.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, I that's something that you just, like, I imagine it's really difficult for you to say, okay, that happened, let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, it took a long time. I've coped with it through humor a lot. I make a lot of dark jokes about it just because that's the way I am. And, I mean, it's definitely, I was 18 at the time. I hadn't even graduated high school. And it just kind of like flipped my whole life on its head.
Did he have any history of violence or did anything on Kane that you were able to find online?
So a lot of what's surrounding this situation is, you know, how can dating apps do better? How can they have a better vetting process? How can they do this? How can they do that? And talking with my prosecutors that handled this case and my victim advocates, in my situation, it wouldn't have changed anything at all, unfortunately. He did not have a history. He was 18. No criminal record, no, like, behavior in school that raised red flags, nothing. It was just, I was the first one he decided to try this out on. The reason why everything's coming forward now is because in June, he was sentenced to 18 to life in prison. So now that the case is closed, I am allowed to talk about everything, share details, that kind of stuff. There's no limitations on what I can talk about on my side of things.
So how do you think this has changed you?
I mean, in a way that I'm grateful that it happened to me. And there's a reason why. My mental health was really bad. I wasn't in a good place at all. And I was putting up with a lot of stuff from, like, an ex-boyfriend that I had before this. And so even if there were red flags that he posed that I don't remember, I didn't think anything of it because I thought that I had deserved to be treated whichever way, as long as I was getting the attention from someone. And I think now I would never put up with that.
I couldn't.
Any red flag, I'm like, no.
I want you to know, like, you know, I don't know who's listening right now, but I've got millions. And maybe by our conversation that you just planted a single seed in one person, just one person. Because, you know, a lot of victims, they might say, you know, it was my fault. I shouldn't have gone in the car with him. I shouldn't have gone on a picnic. But, you had a lot of flags that told you otherwise, not just the red flags that maybe you didn't see, but, the fact that you did all the right things. You didn't just meet him on Tinder and then go grab coffee 20 minutes later, and who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is it that you want other people to learn from your experience?
I mean, I think it's just, I never brought him around my friends. And I think bringing new people around your friends is so important because they might act civil when the other person is there, but as soon as they leave, they're not going to sugarcoat it for you. They're going to tell you how they see it, which I think is extremely important because ultimately your friends want the best for you. So they're not going to be like, oh, yeah, he was fine, when in fact he was being a little creepy, or he was not treating you okay in front of your friends, or he was acting a little weird. And so I think another thing is gut instinct. Obviously, nothing raised any flags like that for me at the time. But if you have a feeling where you're like, oh, I'm a little nervous, this doesn't feel right, don't go. Nothing you miss is worth your life.
I don't know if anybody's told you that lately, but I am woman to woman. I can't imagine what you've gone through. I've never, fortunately, gone through anything like that before. But just know that, it's going to be okay. You're going to be all right.
Yes, I am. Life has been really good lately, so.
I'm glad to hear that. Hadlie, thanks again for your time. Boy, if that doesn't serve as a wake-up call, gosh, what does? I still can't get over the fact that she met the parents and everything looked like it was just going swimmingly well. And then snap, she's sitting there fighting for her life. All right. Let's switch gears a little bit. Robin, welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, you're probably going to laugh at me, but I have been listening to motivational and meditation videos at night.
Mm-hmm. To help you sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
And I use one called Abide, and it's biblical. It goes over Bible verses, and I thought, oh, this is good. I can get my Bible study in for the day, fall asleep.
This is great. This is fabulous.
This is great.
I mean, you're so funny. That's see, and then now, okay, maybe I've been doing this all wrong, Robin. Is that, I mean, I've been trying to listen to Bible in a year when I'm putting on my makeup and getting ready in the morning. Okay. I didn't think of listening to it while I was going to sleep. Then I could get the Bible verse in and sleep at the same time. That's awesome.
Yeah. But let me tell you what has happened. Every time I listen to them, I have horrible nightmares.
God is talking to you. God is talking to you. God is saying, Robin, do your Bible verses in the morning.
Can there be subliminal messages in these meditation things we've listened to?
Oh, I mean, subliminal messages, they are meant to be perceived subconsciously. Okay.
Right.
And, I think I looked at the video. You did, because you sent me an email and I looked at the video. It's a really big channel. I didn't realize I think they have over 1 million subscribers on that.
Yeah.
I would find it hard to believe that there's something in that particular meditational Bible verse that is saying, Robin, you're going to go to the deep darkness and, you're going to fall off the Titanic and Leonardo DiCaprio is not going to be there to save you.
Oh, well, dang.
Sorry. But I mean, what you could do is you could look at a transcript, right?
Okay.
Of the video, and basically you go to YouTube. There's that 3-dot menu, the more menu.
Correct.
And then there's an option that says open the transcript. Just about every YouTube video has that, but the person who uploads the video has to enable the transcript to happen. Okay.
Okay.
You could always just feed that audio into another AI tool like otter.ai. You'd have to download the audio and then do that. There are audio analysis tools that may be able to help. But if I were you, I would just find a new channel, find something new. Maybe there's something in the story. Maybe there's something in the person's tone, the inflection, the music that just doesn't operate for you on that right frequency. I didn't really see anything that stood out that this was kind of like, oh, this is kind of like a weirdo type thing that, yeah, maybe there could be. I didn't see that in the video that you sent me or that you mentioned in your email to me. So I would probably find something else. Try Calm. I don't know if you tried that. That's a Calm app. That's pretty good too. There's several of them out there. Who's the one that I use? Oh, Insight Timer. That's another one. Let me tell you, I recently took up meditation. Oh, yeah. It beats sitting around doing nothing. Oh, all right. You come over here and write some jokes for free. See if you can do any better. Now, I've been saying this for a while. If you don't have AI skills in the workplace, you're going to be looked over for someone who does, because AI, I'm telling you, it's not going away. 70% of executives say they're not even going to hire someone without any AI skills. They'd rather take a less experienced candidate who knows AI rather than a more experienced candidate who doesn't. I'm telling you. And I'm feeling the same way. Now, it's just not about knowing how to talk to chatbots like ChatGPT or Gemini, Perplexity, Copilot, or the rest. It's actually using AI to further the business. How can you have it analyze data? How can you have it make more money, create new products, make processes more streamlined? So if you're a manager, piece of advice for you, make sure you have at least one employee in every department learning AI at all times. You want them to then educate others on tools that they could be using. You need to keep everyone up to date, because you've heard me say this. If you don't innovate, yes, you will evaporate. All right, still to come, we have more of your phone calls as well as an answer to the question, should you let your phone die every single day? Make your best guess, because that answer is still to come here on The Kim Komando Show. All right, let's see. James, you're up next here on The Kim Komando Show.
I have a question, and I don't know who else to ask. I'm concerned about the possibility of spying by the Chinese hobby drones, and I'm wondering, is it just hypothetical, or is it documented that it has happened, and is there anything the hobbyists can do to prevent it?
So you're concerned about the DJI drones?
Correct.
And what concerns you the most about it?
I don't know. I don't suppose I'm going to be filming any national secrets or anything. I just don't want to make it easier for them if I can avoid it.
Okay. Well, DJI, as you know, and as you said, it's a Chinese company, and there are concerns about the Chinese government having access to data captured by the drones, such as video footage, flight path information. And DJI always says, oh, all this information is stored on secure servers in the United States, and we don't share that data with the Chinese government. But, if you're in communist China, you're owned by a Chinese company, and they come over and they say, we want your data, what do you think they're going to say, James? Here you go, right? So that's why DJI is not permitted to be used for military use here inside the United States. So,
right.
As far as the idea of, drone footage going back to China and creating and being saved and who knows what, it's a concern for everybody. And we are measures that we are trying to take in place with foreign-made drones such as this in restricting them in certain government operations. They being the United States government, is trying to give some incentives for drone manufacturing to move here in the United States. They are calling for stricter standards and regulations for data security in drones. But this is just part of an entire big picture about so much of whatever we use and consume and buy here in the United States is being done in China, from our pharmaceutical drugs to our phones to TikTok taking over. I don't know, 3/4 of all the teens here in the United States are on TikTok every single day. And TikTok keeps track of everything that you do on the phone, including your texts, your photos, your location. I mean, it's a valid concern that I don't know if a lot of Americans realize what exactly could be going on. It's not necessarily that drone footage in South Bend, Indiana is going to take down the whole country. Not that Bobby in Roswell, New Mexico is hanging out on TikTok for 6 hours a day. It's the culmination, it's the summation, rather, of everything that is happening. So that, say, for example, combining the drone footage with all the data that's being gathered by the TikTok users in a certain community would allow the Chinese to pass along a deep fake video of the president of our United States saying that we are about ready to launch a war with China or Russia when that is not happening. That's what my concern is. Not necessarily that the Chinese know where I'm located every single moment, because the government knows where that is. I mean, just look, you carry a cell phone, that's where it happens. But it is something that we all should be aware of. Over at commando.com, we have a list of companies that have direct ties to China, whether it's Huawei, Lenovo, DJI, TikTok, Shein, Temu, whatever it may be. And we also tell you how you can, say, mitigate some of the information that you are sharing and why you really need to get off of TikTok. And you shouldn't be using Temu, by the way. And again, that's over at commando.com. James, thanks for your call. Really great food for thought for all of us. Hey, just a quick reminder that if you are not already getting my free newsletter, over 650,000 folks do every single morning. They start their days with it. Head over to getkim.com. Once again, that's getkim.com. You're going to love it. A 98% positive rating. Yeah, isn't that nutso? Anyway, it's pretty darn good if I do say so myself. All right, that's getkim.com. Still to come, the answer to the question, should I let my phone die every single day? Here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, a long time ago, draining your phone's battery to extend its life may have been true, but that's not true anymore. Modern batteries actually degrade faster if you zero them out, meaning that you just let them run all the way to zero. So what is the magical percentage to always keep your phone's battery? What do you think it is? Make a guess. You might be right. Anywhere between 20 and 80%. That's the magical range, 20 to 80%. Hey, don't forget to enter to win that brand new iPhone. Head over to winfromkim.com right now.